Welcome back to your safe space, seen and supported with me, Shellie Stark. Conversations that heal, inspire, and remind you that you are never alone. And where voices are heard and support is real. Today, we're talking about struggles we often keep in silence and how breaking that silence can open the door to healing. We often don't talk about that. This is close to my heart because it's about the things we often, don't talk about, as I said. The struggles we keep tucked away, whether it's mental health, money pressures, family tensions, or the inner ache we don't think anyone would really understand. Silence can feel safe at times, but sometimes it hurts. And today we're going to explore what happens when we dare to break the silence. I want to take a moment to just share with you a time when I stayed quiet out of fear of being judged. And we often do that. We assume what the other person is thinking, feeling, and how they're going to react. And that's where we go wrong. But I'll share this personal story with you. And it has been, as we all have known from the first episode, about my caregiving journey. And there had been a moment where I felt very low energy, low vibration. I felt stressed. But if we could put a name and a title to it, it was depression. I was fully depressed. And when I would speak to people, one, I would attempt to avoid it. And then two, it turned into me masking and covering up my true feelings and my true emotions. And I remember having a conversation and someone called me and they were like, "Hey, girl, you want to go out? You want to do this? Want to do that? How's everything going?" And they were so upbeat. And all the energy I had was just to answer the phone. I didn't have the ability to muster up and give them back that same hoorah energy because I was truly experiencing that low energy, low vibration, and what is typically diagnosed as depression. And in that, I answered unauthentically. I said, "I'm okay. I'm good. I'm okay. How are you?" And I quickly shifted the conversation so that it would be all about them. And I did that out of fear because this person was so energized and so happy. I didn't want to be the Debbie Downer, air quotes, of their current moment and how they were feeling. So I chose to avoid judgment in what I thought would be judgment and would save them. I thought that I would just be quiet. And I want you to know that acknowledging that silence, there's a heavy cost to it. There's isolation, could be shame, feeling unseen, And I remember those seasons where I would say I'm fine, but absolutely breaking inside. I thought protecting others from my truth would keep them comfortable, but all it did was make me feel more alone. Maybe you've done the same. Carried the weight quietly because you were afraid of being a burden, afraid of being judged, or afraid no one would really understand. And that's why silence can hurt. And it could deepen the pain, create distance, and blocking your actual healing that you need. We need gentle reminders of what we need. And so we want to talk about how silence can feel like it's protected or protective, but it also builds walls. After a while, those walls don't just keep others out, they keep others locked in. They keep you locked in. The truth is, healing, it needs air. Even speaking the words out loud to a friend, a journal, or even yourself in prayer, whatever your belief system is, start to break the chains. The moment I allowed myself to genuinely, holistically be honest, I felt so much lighter. It didn't fix everything overnight, but it reminded me that I didn't have to carry it all in silence. And so in that, I found my safe space and my safe ways to speak. So I want to encourage you, take small steps towards your honesty. Journal your private truths. Talk to someone you trust. You could share whatever and it would hit the wall and the wall wouldn't even know what you were telling them. That kind of person. Seek professional help if you need it. You know, I found a therapist, and it has been the greatest gift that I have given myself, to find someone that not only I can unzip with, but that I can share how I'm feeling without judgment. I can share my feelings and they can help shift me back and get me back in alignment. So I am an advocate for getting professional help if that is what you need to help pull you up and back on the right path. You know, speaking your truth doesn't always mean standing on a huge stage and saying, I declare. No. Sometimes it just starts with writing it down where only you can see it. Sometimes it's sharing one sentence with a trusted friend or whispering the words in prayer. Healing begins not where the world knows it. It's not when the world knows it. It's when you no longer hold it in silence. And what do I mean by that? When you no longer hold it in silence, you have let it out of your body. You have released it. You have given it air. You have given it life. To sit aside, to be placed somewhere, you have given it another home rather than living within you. And that for me was a moment that I will never forget. It was a moment that I will never forget. Because when I gave my silence a home, I began to find my voice. And when I found my voice, I found my power. And when I found my power, I felt rooted in a space of knowing there is healing here. There is healing, and this is safe for me. And so if that has been your experience, I want to ask you to take the small step. whatever that looks like to you. I would like to give you an affirmation. This is now I want to start with our rooted moment. And that affirmation, by touching your hand to your heart, is my truth is safe with me. I am not weak speaking. I am brave. My story deserves to be heard. And sit with that. Really take that in. Because silence may feel safe, but honesty, it sets us free. So I really want you to take a step towards breaking the silence this week. There's more power in your voice than in your silence. There is someone waiting for you to be seen so that they can step into the position in which they need to be. Be seen. This is seen and supported with me. And I want you to know that you are truly seen. And I want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you, to pour into you in these moments. You know, because heavy silence, it's strong. It's strong, and it can weigh you down. It can truly, truly weigh you down. So this week, as you take your first step, big or small, to break the silence in your life, remember there is more power in your voice. Remember you are seen, you are valued, and you are supported. In honoring an amazing caregiver's quote, the heaviest burdens are the ones we never speak of, and a smile can hide a million tears. And to that, I say, speaking your truth will allow you to exhale the trapped emotions you never intended to carry for the long haul. There is healing in the release. I want you to know that. Free yourself, my free birds. Free yourself. If today's message resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. We are a community. Share it with your community. Touch your community. I'd like to take a moment before ending and do our rooted session of breathing. Did you breathe today? Yeah, I know. Shellie, that's a crazy question. Yeah, I wouldn't be living if I didn't breathe. But have you truly took a breath for you, for what you need? Well, here's the time. Let's take our breath. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a deep breath in through your nose. In. And exhale. Releasing all of the silence, letting it go, knowing that you are ready to show up for who you are, who you need to be, and opening up your voice and your mouth so that you can be heard. Again, if today's message resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need it. And this is Seen and Supported with me, Shellie Stark. Conversations that heal, inspire, and remind you that you are never alone. I'll be back next week with more stories, encouragement. But until then, take a deep breath. Know that you are not alone, and you carry this truth with you. You are seen, you are supported, right here, and your light is stronger than any storm. I believe that for you, and I believe that for me. So let's walk hand in hand in our belief. Until next week, fly free, my free birds.